Hey everybody, welcome to my podcast Suchitra's Life, and it's me Suchitra. In this episode, I quickly want to share with you all about the cartoons that defined my childhood. Of course, there are these standard cartoons which everyone is familiar with, like Tom and Jerry, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, etc. But today, I want to talk about other cartoons which everyone wouldn't be familiar with, but nevertheless, these cartoons made my imagination run wild. The first cartoon that comes into my mind is it's Real Monsters. It used to come on Nickelodeon. I watched quite a bit of Nickelodeon while growing up. So, it's Real Monsters is about a bunch of monsters staying in the drainage pipe, literally, and their job is to scare people. The next would be SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob literally is a square shaped sponge that lives in the ocean, and his friends are a starfish and a squirrel who always has the support of oxygen. The interesting part is SpongeBob works at a restaurant called Krusty Krab. This cartoon is about him and his lives happening under the ocean. I found Nickelodeon back then to be quite creative with cartoons like Hey Arnold, Cat Dog, Rugrats, and my favorite segment called Kablam, which had a series of cartoons in it like Justice League and Prometheus and Barb. My brother's favorite was DuckTales on Cartoon Network, especially a scientist who is hired by Uncle Scrooge to develop latest gadgets. It was by looking at that character my brother would say that even he would love to invent something in near future. At one point I remember going gaga over Pokemon and Cardcaptor Sakura. We back then didn't know that these are called anime. We watched them without knowing any difference. Out of all the cartoons that I mentioned, one that keeps coming back to me was this cartoon called The Great Book of Nature that used to come on Sahara 1, and it was Hindi dubbed series where the great Baloo would share stories from the jungle. It's an Italian, North Korean animated children's television series. You can watch them on YouTube in English, but I prefer the Hindi dubbed version because that's how I remember them. Sahara 1 had some really good cartoons being telecast. Of course, they were borrowed from other countries like Cinderella, The Lion King, etc. After the Nickelodeon and Sahara 1 era, I think I watched a few programs on Pogo for a while before bidding farewell to the cartoon world and declaring myself to be an adult. On Pogo, it was Oswald and Pingu that caught my attention. Mostly it was Pingu. The stop motion was interesting, and I guess I also liked the minimalistic design of it. There were no loud colors, but just subtle ones that made a lot of sense. All the dialogue was an invented ad hoc gibberish. The characters were, of course, Pingu. His name comes from the German word for penguin, that is, penguin. Pinga is his little sister, the mother and father whose names are not really revealed. Robbie is a seal, and again his name resembles the German word for seal, Rob. Pingo and Ping are his friends, and there are other characters that pop in various episodes like Pongy, Pengy, Pinge, and Punky, and Pingy is his love interest. I think after this teeny tiny encounter with this Pogo channel, I didn't really go back to watching any kind of cartoons anymore. And to be honest, I'm not really liking any of the current ones as well. So I think that is it for the cartoons in my life. I don't think I would really go back and watch any cartoon like seriously and passionately like the way that I did while growing up. So, what were your favorite cartoons while growing up? Do let me know. I would be looking forward to know them. Until next time, take care.